one of the things I love about this film, and it's in your work with Chris, it's also in the work he's written by himself and with others, is like there's such great symmetry and callbacks. Chris loves kind of like a callback to like a theme, a line, a moment, and this one is loaded with them, and I love them all. It's like the mind your surroundings. Why do we fall? Didn't you get the memo? It's
Yeah,
not who I am, but what's underneath that defines me.
yeah,
I mean, do you remember that? Was that something like that was, I don't know, integral to the conversations? Like we have to like set these up to knock it
yeah,
down in the third
yeah,
act kind
yeah.
of a thing.
I think that is one of the reasons why w- when every time Chris and I are working together, I mean, I think we both like that kind of storytelling where
Yeah.
you're very clear, you know. One of the things that happened with all the Batman films and even the Superman film was that we identified what kind of story we wanted to tell, irrespective of the villains, before we started. And then we found villains that helped tell that story,
Right.
which I think is the exact opposite of how most comic book films are made, right?
1000%.
We said we want to tell a story about Bruce overcoming his fears, and his biggest fear is growing up in the shadow of his father and disappointing his father and squandering uh, these riches, and I mean it in every sense of the word that his father built, the house. That's why we decided to burn down Wayne Manor, because he's foolhardy, and then he, because of his efforts, literally his father's home burns down. The house that his father built,
Yeah.
Gotham, burns down. And so that was the story we wanted to tell, and it was influenced by a story called The Man Who Fell, about young Bruce falling down the well. And so that naturally led to Fear, which is the scarecrow. And then we talked about, well, is there someone in the rogues gallery of Ben that is a patriarchal character? And the obvious one is Ra's al Ghul, because that's um the function that the Raj fulfills, in the comic books, and so it made sense.